Hey y'all, welcome back to Twin Oaks Family Farm in Southeast Ohio. Hey, we're just looking at the production red pullets. So these are young female chickens, young hens. They'll be officially called hens when they actually start laying eggs, but they are almost 3 months old. Yeah, almost 3 months old. And we have about 54 of them here probably, so they'll be egg production chickens for us. But we just fed them, so starting chicken chores on a cold January day. So we're going to take you to the other chicken flocks too and give you a peek at them, and just highlights on the chicken check-in this morning. She's warming up under a heat lamp. It's about, might be in the teens. It was really cold overnight, single digits. We had about 10 degrees this morning, about daybreak. This is January 14th, 2025. So the temperature's supposed to climb a little today. I don't know what it's supposed to reach, but we are supposed to get snow, which when we step outside, you'll see we already have a lot of snow on the ground. I'm going to show you what feed we're giving them before we go over to the other chickens. Feeding them the Kalmbach poultry. This is a grower ration, so it's a 19% protein. We actually, for our laying hens, when these pullets get to be laying hens, we'll actually go ahead and switch them to a layer mash made at Beverly Feed and Equipment in Beverly, Ohio. That's a house-made mix that'll be corn-based with a nutritional supplement that's formulated for laying hens to make it a complete feed. So with that, we can actually either buy it already made by the mill workers in there ready to go, or we can actually take corn in that my husband and father-in-law and sons have raised on the family farm that my husband's family has. We can take corn that they've raised into the mill, have them ground it up, and they can add their proprietary hen layer supplement to that ground corn to make that complete nutrition for them. But we do opt at this stage in the starter and grower phase to feed our pullets exclusively Kalmbach feed. When we raise the white feathered Cornish rock cross meat chickens, we also choose to feed them exclusively Kalmbach, but we feed them at 22% formulated for meat birds. So we buy and purchase that. We're not getting anything from Kalmbach or from anybody for sharing that with y'all. Just want to let you know what we're feeding our chickens. Okay, so we're going to go up and check on the working girls, the hens that we have that are actively in egg production or egg layers. But standing here is going to try to give you a look at the snow that's on top of that building. Actually, there was way more of it sticking out over. Some of it actually broke off, because even yesterday when I went to open those side doors, this would be the south side of this building, I thought to myself, I don't think I want to stand under there for very long at all, because that all looks like it's ready to slip. A lot of snow around. About a week ago we had a snowstorm, maybe 8 to 12 inches, you know, taking into consideration depth and drifts and depending on where you were. Now we're getting down in some spots that are traveled to seeing the stone material that's like on the driveway. We have road departments that keep the roads pretty well cleared off, so roadways are good right now. But you know, like everything other than that, it's covered with snow. So I showed you the snow outside, and supposedly we're supposed to get maybe another snowstorm come in this afternoon yet. So actually this hen house looks really good. Actually, this trip in 5 eggs from this group of hens. There'll be more throughout the day. They're finishing up feed ration that they have in their feeders. Water is staying thawed and free flowing. We'll cut to that dispenser over there here in a moment and show you the de-icer that's in there. That's a couple of the Isa Brown hens. Production red, black copper Moran. Here's their view. And I honestly have not seen any of the hens go outside and use the attached run since we got all the snow. There's one that's in molt. That's why we see the sparse feathering right there. So she'll grow that back in. It's all good. So she's probably not currently laying. There's the two copper morans side by side right there. Aren't they pretty? Their eggs, they put a really dark brown bloom on the outside of the eggshell. Almost a chocolate color. Let's go look at the de-icers in the water bucket. Aww. You can't come in the hen house with a camera without Phoebe photobombing it. Hi, Phoebe girl. So that contraption down inside the bucket is this de-icer. So it just goes in the bucket, and it's electric, it's plugged in, it's safe to use this way. And actually, I'm going to add water to this bucket, give them a refill. But that's great. You know, we're in single digits, low teens temperatures, and able to keep the water thawed so that they have access to fresh water all the time. That's a big win. That's a big win in our climate. So really grateful for that. So I'll get that tended to. But we're satisfied with the de-icer. It was about $56 at a Tractor Supply Company, I believe. So, but check with your local, like your local feed stores and stuff if you need something like that, and see if they have them. And then you can always check there first, and if you can't have any luck with that, then you could check like Tractor Supply or Rural King, Southern States, places like that. Another big win in our climate in the winter, being able to have running water at your chicken house. This is such a big help. We've got a frost-free hydrant here, so far it's holding up great. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is funny, just a silly on myself. I went to fill this, and that was like an optical illusion when I was looking at it before through the screen, because it was more than 3/4 full, and I thought it was like a fourth full. So I didn't spill any, but looking through the camera screen distorted it for me. Remember, I told you these are working girls. So here is one of the Easter egger hens. She probably is working on laying an egg, but she's actually sitting on several too, which is great. Really is a benefit to us that she's sitting on them, because in this kind of extreme weather, it's so cold, the eggs actually can freeze. In fact, let me show you the remnant of an eggshell that it's cracked off of the egg. The egg froze. So, you know, most of the time the girls lay their eggs either early in the morning or through the daytime. But we have some stragglers that will lay their eggs overnight, and when it's super cold, and there's another one like her, super cold, you know, you can actually have those eggs freeze. I cut away from her. I'm going to try to grab this egg. So that's the one that was in that corner. Just picked it up. It's actually still fairly warm, so it hasn't been laid too long ago, so that's great. No chance of it freezing there. But the fact that there were some eggs in there and she sat on them is really helpful to us, because like I said, if we had, not in this case, but we have instances where we have stragglers that'll lay like overnight in the wee hours of the morning. And so then if no hen is sitting on those, they can freeze. And then, so apparently like this had been one that froze, and a hen probably pulled it off of the egg. But as it freezes, everything inside it swells up and expands, and it'll just make a crack. It'll just make a fine crack along the outer shell, but it'll compromise the inner membrane as well. So she looks like she's gonna be there for a while. So, but she is definitely working on laying eggs. So that's why I call them working girls. And you saw the young Rhode Island Red. So we're kind of working toward, really, in 2025. I love the variety of different kinds of breeds in the flocks. And I'm going to get a few Orpingtons and Barred Rocks just for our own, enjoyment of those particularly enjoyment of the Orpingtons of that particular breed, and also have not had Barred Rocks. I'm going to try them. But so that little group is going to be like hold on, friend, household eggs for us. But as far as our laying hens for commercial egg sales, we're trying to work toward, my goal is a little more uniformity in the kinds of chickens that we have. So you saw the group of Rhode Island Red pullets. We'll have them in production in 2025, and then we'll probably get a spring group and a fall group of chickens in 2025, and we'll probably end up with 3 different kinds of birds that have Rhode Island Red genetics in them, and probably about 50 birds each. So, you know, may expand the layers to about 150 birds that all will be fairly uniform into 3 subgroups, and then the eggs from them should be fairly uniform as well. But I did want to mention, I do like the variety, and if you like variety in kinds of chickens, I'll tell you, the channel you need to go visit is Clucking Around. It's based in Texas, USA. The hostess there is Cindy, and she has just the cutest flock. She does a great job telling us about the flock and telling us about taking care of them, and talks about different chicken keeping techniques and tips. And I just love that the enjoyment she has of keeping chickens really shines through in her channel. And she has bantams and all kinds of really neat, unique looking chickens. So I think it's a channel, if you love chickens, you'd enjoy seeing the variety that Cindy has in her flock there that she shares on her channel, Clucking Around. So if you like chickens, go visit that. While you're there, I sure hope you'll subscribe. Cindy's channel, Clucking Around, is so close to 1,000 subscribers. It may even be there now, but just in the last few days, I was looking at it and noticed how close she is to 1,000 subscribers. So it'll be so exciting to see her channel go over 1,000 subscribers. I know that's going to be the reality really soon. So anyway, so that's a lot of fun. But just that's pretty much the highlights of the chicken check-in this morning for us here at Twin Oaks Family Farm. And we did get a few more eggs here, looks like about 3 or 4 that we added from here, and she's sitting on 3 or 4, so that's great. It's good. Good morning in the chicken house. This is a squat behavior that hens that are actively in production will exhibit. She's just rolling those eggs back there. She's keeping them warm for us. But at any rate, so y'all just enjoy your day, enjoy your routine, take pleasure in the process of the things that you do. Be proud of the work that you do and the difference that you make and who you are. And if you have something going on in your life that you want different, you know, take a problem solving look at that and figure out, you know, what to change. And that's, I mean, we do that with the big things and the little things, you know. That's like looking at our chickens. There's ways we want to improve the chicken operation, and so, you know, we start asking the questions. Well, what do we need to do different? What do we need to stop doing? What do we need to start doing? And you start asking those questions, and you're going to start getting the answers you need. So anyway, I guess she's going to hold out. She's not going to lay the egg while we're recording. But thanks for joining me in Southeast Ohio at Twin Oaks Family Farm on January, what do we say today is 14th, 2025, and join us again. Tell us about your chickens if you have chickens. Thanks, y'all. God bless you.